Welcome to Yadnya Investment Academy. In our earlier video on importance of financial planning and the steps involved, we have looked at the points which make financial planning very important. We've also looked at the steps involved in financial planning. In the current video, we are going to talk about the first step of financial planning, that is understanding your current financial status in detail. When you want to understand your current financial status, two statements will help you. The first one is the cash flow statement and the next is net worth statement. Let's look at the cash flow statement first. A cash flow statement would tell you whether you're generating surplus after paying your taxes and after your lifestyle expenses. The data here is to be taken for a financial year as some of your expenses would be yearly. We should take care of few thumb rules which will tell us whether we are saving enough and not spending too much. Here's a 50-30-20 guideline which will help you track your budget. Here 50 stands for your expenses. It should be a maximum of 50% of your take-home pay, that is after you pay your taxes. And this would include all your household expenses, your rent, your EMIs. Household expenses would include your utility bills, food, entertainment, education, fuel, etc. The 30% here stands for saving. You should be able to save at least 30% of your take-home income. And this saving would be invested towards your long-term goals like your kids' higher education, their marriage, your retirement planning, etc. And the last 20% of your take-home pay should be your floating expenses. For your short-term goals, for collecting emergency fund, short-term goals could be buying a car, your vacations, buying electronic items, etc. Now what you see in front of you is the cash flow statement of Parul and Puneet for the financial year 2015-16. Their inflows consist of salary, interest on fixed deposits and rent. Salary here is gross salary and these two columns show monthly figures. And the last column shows annual figures. Their outflows consist of EMIs, household expenses, contracted investment outflows, which means insurance premiums plus SIPs if they have. They've also been saving for their vacation, so that is also one of the outflows, other investments in case they have, and their taxes. Similarly, you also can plot your inflows and outflows, and your total inflows minus your total outflows would give you the total surplus that you have, which you could invest towards your goals. So now that we've seen the cash flow statement of Parul and Puneet, let's check if their expenses, saving and floating expenses are as per our thumb rule or no. The percentage expenses can be calculated like this. You could add your EMIs plus your household expenses, divided it by your take-home pay, that is gross income minus taxes. And in this case, it works out to be 66.42%. We had said that it has to be maximum 50%. So this is something that Parul and Puneet can work on. The next is your savings percentage. You can add your surplus and contracted investments, divide it by your take-home pay. It would give you your savings percentage. In this case, it works out to be 30.5%, which is well close to our thumb rule, which says it has to be minimum 30%. Next is the percentage of your floating expenses. So the only other saving that can be seen from the cash flow statement is for their vacations. This saving divided by the take-home pay would give you your floating expenses. In this case, it works out to be 6.14%. It means Parul and Puneet are not saving well for their short-term needs like vacations, new car or phone maybe. This is something they have to work on as well. The next statement that tells you your current financial status is the net worth statement. We will have a look at this statement in detail in the next part of this video with the same heading, Understanding Your Current Financial Status Part 2. In this video, we have seen what is a cash flow statement. It tells us whether we have surplus after paying our taxes and after our lifestyle expenses. And this surplus could be invested towards our long-term goals. We have also seen the 50-30-20 rule, which helps us budget well. It tells us whether we are saving well or spending more. You could take corrective measures by applying these thumb rules in case you're not saving well. Hope this video helps you save even well. Thanks for watching the video. Watch this space for more such topics. Until then, happy investing. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment section below our videos. And if you like our videos, please do subscribe. Thank you.